The Education Council today is preparing students with the skills that they need for success, skills such as innovation, being creative, and applying healthy and wise choices to their behavior, so that as we prepare students across the districts, we want to prepare them in a way that enables them to have the skills they need in order to be successful.
The partnership also that we have with the Educational Council has allowed for the partnerships that we have with other facilities, such as COSI, with Ohio State.
We have a technical writing teacher right now. He's actually a professor at OSU who's helping us with writing scientific papers and lab reports.
The out-of-the-box thinking is that the students don't stay in the classroom, that they go out into the community and they do these authentic, innovative sorts of things. The idea is that the end product is always going to benefit the community. And so there is that sort of authenticity to everything that the students end up doing.
So our students are oftentimes meeting at our home base, but many times they're out meeting at the Wexner Center, they're meeting at the Columbus Museum of Art, they're meeting at the downtown Columbus Library, they're meeting at places around town that are really connected to the kind of things we're learning. If we're studying world religions, we're meeting at places of worship. We're bringing all kinds of people from the community in to meet with our students as well. And the result is that our kids stop seeing learning as something that happens in a classroom and begin to see learning as something that happens all across their life. One of our students once said, Mosaic isn't something that happens for 2 hours a day every afternoon. Mosaic is a way of living your life. And the people who really get Mosaic, our students, turn their whole lives into a continuous learning experience.
We need to have staff that have training in lots of different areas. We also need to have staff that are creative in their approach. And the only way for that to happen is for there to be good quality training. And the trainings provided by the Educational Council is part of that formula to making sure that our staff are as well trained as they can possibly be.
There's a new generation of young people that are being served in non-traditional ways. And I think that any service provider that is to engage with young people and really have any relevancy to their job and to what the young people they serve are really asking for has to be on that learning curve. No longer can you sit down with a young person and engage them in general conversation, checkers and chess, foosball. Those are all great things of the past, but now you have to be very creative in how to capture a young person's attention.
It kind of takes you out of the normal learning experience of just reading in textbooks, taking a test, doing busy work. It's more hands-on, and I feel like I've learned more in my 2 years at Mosaic than I would have learned in all 4 years of high school.
In this day and age, that can be creating their own movies, it can be creating digital stories, it can be making PowerPoints to illustrate the fine points of Renaissance sculpture. We believe that using technology in the classroom is not just to learn facts, but to also create new things.
I remember a particular instance where we were working with a student who had to build a bridge, and he was a visually impaired student. And we kept thinking of all of these different ways, you know, could we do it this way? And then finally we went with the tactile, some tactile tools to get him to be able to manipulate and build the bridge, but they were large enough that he could do this on his own. So he did the same project initially that the kids were doing, but on a larger scale. And I think there was a bit of that pride for him to be able to accomplish the same type of project that everyone else in the class was doing.
Frequently what happens in the educational environment is one classroom teacher does something really great in his or her classroom that maybe they share at the building level, that maybe might possibly be shared at the district level. But the Educational Council really compels us at Metro and in other districts that partner as well to share across the districts.
Developing inquiry can be a hard task, and it's a particularly hard task if there's no reason to inquire. And so what I try to give students as much as possible, we try to give students as much as possible, is situations that they're actually interested in having an answer to. And when they get interested, it's amazing the levels of inquiry that they're capable of.